Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and I'm drinking this huge 1-gallon jug of water. I'm doing this 1-day challenge. At the 7 a.m. mark on this thing, it says good morning, and then 9 a.m. it says you've got it. My next step is at 11 a.m. and it says remember your goal. Basically, you're being encouraged to drink a gallon of water over the course of the day. It's not as easy as it looks. Let me take one more sip and we will get going. Okay, here we go. This is a Forbes article, and really the Forbes article is basically just about the Coinbase announcement that they were going to support the Spark airdrop. They say Ripple's XRP braced for a bombshell after Coinbase reveals airdrop support. And basically in this article, they attribute the run-up in XRP prices to basically be about this airdrop. I don't think that it's just about that. That may be partially what it's about. I believe it's more about the year of the digital asset, 2020. If it was just about the airdrop, then you wouldn't see Stellar going up, Bitcoin going up, Cardano going up over the course of the last few months. It's all of them. It's not just XRP. Okay. Let's move along. The Joker has, the last day or so, we've been seeing a pullback. In fact, I haven't looked this morning. When I first woke up, I looked. Okay, yeah, the market looks like it's come back a little bit, but it had gone down a little bit. Now, I'm going to show you what some of these traders and chart guys are saying to let you know this is just consolidation that's going on right now. Exciting times ahead. He says the accumulation phase before dollar levels has begun. This phase is boring through December 21 to December 23rd. And you should be prepared to buy dips to even 43 cents. I told you before about November 14th. If you missed that, then this is your last chance. And then he shows this. This is about Bitcoin. The consolidation is healthy. It allows moving averages to catch up and indicators to reset. Index is bearish and melt up incoming. Okay, there's one thing. And then we've got the blockchain backer. He says shocking rises in prices. And he's got a YouTube channel. Go give him a subscribe. Really good job. He does a really good job. Shocking rises in prices will continue on Ripple XRP price chart and Bitcoin macro analysis shows. And then we have this one. XRP is getting pretty tightly wound. So everybody feels like it's kind of in a consolidation phase. And then Michael at VAL5 Links sent me this. Peter Brent, one of the most prominent analysts in the industry, believes that XRP could rise to $1. Peter Brent, 40-year trading veteran, supports the thesis that the coin is forming a bull flag on the daily chart. Now, this is the article that this references, and here's his chart. If you go down here, it says, it says Peter Brent, 40-year trading veteran, the technical analyst, he sees the 68 cents resistance as a crucial hurdle that will determine whether the international settlements token will aim for $1. He says the correction in XRP has taken the form of a classic symmetrical triangle. A close above 68.681 would complete this pattern. He adds that XRP also has an unmet target of 0.9487 from the log scale completion of this. Then down here it says whales are offloading their tokens. Now, I went and looked at the XRP rich list, okay, and it looks to me like the people in the very top holders of XRP are actually, it looks like they were kind of consolidated in that, and now they're adding. Okay, Michelle Vandenberg sent me this. Circle Pay, USDC stablecoin crosses $3 billion in circulation. $230 billion in on-chain transactions. Excited about this milestone in the digital dollar ecosystem and the broad industry adoption we're seeing across payments, treasury, and trading use cases. Well, Michelle Vandenberg, who sent me this, floated a little idea to me. He said, what if this is the digital dollar? And they've been running this in testing for the last few years. Well, remember what the official father of the Digital Asset Investor channel told me several times over the course of me doing this channel. He said that nothing happens without Goldman Sachs and JP Morgan. And remember, when the Federal Reserve was formed, JP Morgan had a representative at that table, okay? And people who were down the line in Goldman Sachs were represented there too. So it wouldn't surprise me a bit if something like this, because remember, Circle is backed by who? Goldman Sachs. They're one of the first investors in Circle. Don't be surprised if the USDC was actually adopted as the digital dollar at some point. Who knows? But they will be somewhere in the game. You can be assured of this. In my opinion, it's pretty bold to even call this the USDC. If you really think about it, who would do that unless they had a plan? Never know. All right. So let's see. I mean, they could literally be in just doing the testing right now. It's not like you would launch a digital dollar and then it would be, right? XRP, of course, being the bridge to this digital dollar and the rest of the world, right? All right. So then Barry Silbert had tweeted this. JP Morgan says gold will suffer for years because of Bitcoin. That is an interesting statement right there. Okay, Marcus Treacher had tweeted this out. We talked about Standard Chartered launching the crypto custody, but he takes it a step further and says they're going to launch a new crypto custody service for major assets, including Ethereum and XRP. Awesome milestone in the emergence of the digital currency economy. So basically what we're being told here is that one of the largest banks in the world is now going to allow their clients to custody XRP. I wonder what that means for you and me as XRP holders. I think it means a lot. And then XRP Lighting the Way sent me this. More of the herd coming. ING Bank opens up the crypto custody solution at Singapore FinTech. Listen to this. The first line. Another big bank edging closer to a crypto custody offering. Netherlands-based ING spoke publicly for the first time this week about its preliminary trials with digital assets. Okay, now yesterday, Link2 had their global conference. And if you want to go to this global conference, actually, it's still going for today and tomorrow. In fact, tonight at 11 p.m., if I'm able to stay up. It's very possible I will pass out in my chair. But if I'm able to stay up, Adam Trademan, who is the CEO of SBI Ripple Asia, is going to be there. All right. Now, I want to play you a couple of clips. This is Greg Kidd, one of the first 10 guys at Ripple. This is Ethan Beard, who ran Spring at Ripple. And in this clip, he's going to announce, I think this was the first time I've heard it, that he no longer works with Ripple. And there's some two interesting clips I wanted to play. This is the first one.
As of maybe 4 to 5 weeks ago, I've actually left Ripple and I'm working on a new startup that we're in very, very early stages on kind of wandering in the woods and exploration and prototyping, which is fun.
So thank you both. Let me go back. So Elizabeth, I think I'm going to have to credit you with the one who kind of taught Jack Dorsey about Bitcoin. I could be getting, could be taking some liberties there.
I certainly talked to him about it, but he's also educated himself and has a lot of other folks that know about Bitcoin. But yes, we do have that contact in common, yeah.
But Jack and Square, and I was early on at Square, we're not into crypto at all. And yet now in this year, crypto seems to be coming into its own. I mean, back in October, I think Square bought $50 million worth of Bitcoin back at the cheap price of 10,000 a Bitcoin. And now PayPal has come in. So something is going on there, and something's going on at Ripple as well. I guess there's a new Flare network coming up. But basically, I'm just asking, is 2020 the year that Bitcoin and XRP go from being a speculative investment to a defensive investment? And is this the year that things go mainstream? Do you guys have a perspective on, I mean, every year people say, well, this is the year this thing's going to happen. But this year, it really feels like the level of interest I've heard from just PayPal and Square purchases of Bitcoin are more than what the miners are creating. And so that's just creating a net overall demand. And I've seen also for XRP, the trading volumes are off the map with this Flare network coming up. And so what's going on?
All right, so that's the first clip I wanted you to see. And then I wanted you to see at the Ethan Beard gives some good insights here at about this mark right here.
Our conduction.
Over to you, Ethan. And I mean, against backdrops, I think this year was when we saw MoneyGram getting into the fray, things like the Flare network. Want to just give a little bit of perspective from what you saw over?
I will be drinking some water.
Yeah,
out of my
2020
huge
has been a pretty strange year,
this.
as everyone's exceptionally aware with. Just tying into some of the previous panels, obviously, massive economic blip down and historically low interest rates, combined with deficit spending in the form of stimulus, which I think many would argue hasn't been enough, but really just kind of printing money, has been really good for the capital class with cheap money, not so good for the labor class with a lot of people out of work. But you take cheap money and low interest rates and printing of a lot of fiat, turns out it's not a good time to be holding on to fiat. And you got to put that money someplace. The government's handing it out for free. You got to put it someplace. And so we're seeing that capital chasing returns all over, right? I mean, real estate markets are going crazy. Equity markets are at all-time highs. In the tech world, the IPO windows are open. We've seen Palantir and Snowflake. We're about to see DoorDash and Airbnb. We've seen the rise of SPACs. There's just money being poured into equities. And I think similarly, a lot of that is moving over into the world of crypto. I spent a lot of time thinking about what's the utility and what are the use cases for crypto. And I think the one that almost everybody has been able to hold on to from the beginning is really Bitcoin as utility, as a store of value, as a gold substitute. And I think what we're seeing in this time of massive fiat creation, that value proposition is really ringing true for everybody. And to Elizabeth's point, it's not just everybody, kind of the crypto crazies, but really it's the institutions who are saying, where do I put my money? I don't want to keep it in fiat, not the way that the governments are printing it around the globe. And so are really those mainstream institutional investors moving into holding Bitcoin as a store of value. And then similarly, more and more things like whether it's PayPal or Square, really bringing that into consumers as well. When we think about what that does in terms of the kind of the crypto markets in general, I mean, the Bitcoin drives the crypto markets completely. I think I haven't checked in a while. I think it's roughly 75% of the market cap, maybe closer to 80 at times, of total crypto market cap is Bitcoin. And so what it means is that if you see any profit taking in Bitcoin, even just a small amount of profit taking in Bitcoin, it spills over into the altcoins. If 2% of the Bitcoin market cap moves into some altcoin, that altcoin is going to jump. And so that's really, then you're seeing all these altcoin returns. Those returns, we've had Bitcoin returns, and then you see the altcoin returns. That just attracts more and more capital because people are just desperately looking for a return of any flavor, and it's hard to find. I think in the grand scheme of things, I still think that there are very few blockchains that are used for anything other than speculation. There's just generally very low utility and generally very little product market fit. In the tech world, we look for kind of consumer or enterprise demand for a product before we kind of take it out and get liquidity for the investors in that product. And we're not seeing that in a lot of places. I think the two cryptocurrencies I hold are Bitcoin and XRP. Because honestly, I think the money use case for blockchain is the most obvious one. And there's really two things you can do with money. You can hold on to it, and I think Bitcoin is really great for that. Or you can use it to spend and payments, which I know Elizabeth's working to make Bitcoin much better for that. But I think XRP also is a very great currency and blockchain for just very fast and very cheap payments. And I think what we've also seen as the markets have been driven up, the increase in liquidity just makes all of these coins more useful. So, I haven't checked the volumes in a while on XRP, but the daily trading volumes in and out of XRP are so significant that if you needed to move, tens of millions or hundreds of millions of dollars through XRP, you can do it now, where those things weren't possible, kind of a year or two ago.
All right. So I thought that was a pretty interesting clip. Now, if you want to go check out this global investor conference, you can go in the description of my videos and sign up for their app, and you can get access that way. This website is theglobalinvestorconference.com. And it's not just Adam Trademan that's going to be there. It's all sorts of people. This guy's from Galaxy Digital. It's all kinds of people in blockchain. Bitmart, Cointelegraph, this guy down here. There's Draper Dragon Fund. I think that's Tim Draper's Asian venture capital firm. Okay, Brad Garlinghouse took to Twitter yesterday. Props to Square for acknowledging Bitcoin's current energy consumption and investing in clean energy solutions. Let's get to 100% renewables in the future. We are also launching a Bitcoin. This is a tweet from Square announcing that. And then Jonathan D. had sent me this tweet from Brad Garlinghouse yesterday. Our industry celebrates when institutions and regulators publicly laud real use cases, SEC, Treasury highlighting using crypto for payments, but balks at the idea that KYC AML is a fundamental part of robust financial system that protects consumers from scams, bad actors. Reasonable oversight is necessary, This is the part that I wanted right here. With potential new U.S. guidance for non-custodial crypto wallets, let's not forget the end goal, to build a more inclusive and efficient financial system for all. So basically, this reminded me of the tweet from Brian Armstrong. Last week, we heard rumors that U.S. Treasury, Mnuchin were planning to rush out some new regulation regarding self-hosted crypto wallets. Now Brad Garlinghouse is talking about it. So apparently, I don't know if they're going to make these hard wallets and your personal wallets illegal, or if they're going to pass some sort of legislation where there has to be KYC, where they have to know who owns those wallets in order to send crypto onto platforms and all that, have a name or whatever attached to them. But something's coming because Brad Garlinghouse is talking about it too. So don't be looking out for that. It's coming. Stuart XRP sent me this. A Euro stablecoin is being issued by one of the oldest banks in the world, and it's being done on the Stellar blockchain network. We can see the world changing before our eyes. Now, I saw this yesterday. This is interesting. They make a very good point. iTrustCapital put this out. How is crypto staking taxed? Staking is the act of allocating cryptocurrencies to a wallet and earning interest on the funds. It's similar to a savings account, representing an easy way to earn additional crypto. And it says, how is staking taxed? Taxes on staked cryptocurrency are perceived differently by various sources. Speaking to Cointelegraph, Arizona Congressman David Swikert claims he's just trying to get on their radar, referring to the IRS. So in other words, they don't know exactly how staking, which is earning crypto on your crypto, how that's going to be taxed. But iTrustCapital is saying the good news is this. If you're worried about taxation on your staking rewards, you need to consider an IRA. A Roth IRA ensures your cryptocurrency rewards and investments are tax-free. That is what I have, an iTrustCapital Roth IRA. You can either open a Roth IRA from scratch, or you can roll your 401 if you got laid off or anything. You can roll those 401ks or whatever your investment, your retirement plan is. You can roll it into a normal IRA over at iTrustCapital. Go in the description of my videos, and there's a 1 month free coupon in there if you're thinking about opening an iTrustCapital account. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe. Hit the like button. Tell your friends and family that if you're planning on doing staking, and you're going to be paid in crypto, having it inside of an IRA is the smartest way to go. I have two. I've got a Roth IRA with iTrustCapital and a SEP IRA with iTrustCapital. It's the ultimate exit strategy. Thanks for listening.